And the horse's name is Mr. American Flyer. And he was bred by Jimmy Carmichael, and he was by Jaguar Rocket. And he was out of one of Jimmy's good mare. And I remember when I was a kid, there was a pasture of mares at Jimmy's, and all of them were stakes winners or stakes producers. But what makes this horse unbelievably unique is this. His owner, for most of his career, happens to be Brian Elmore, who was in quarter horses, and we always think of him as a quarter horse guy. And I'm sure Jack Kinniger, he's probably getting a Hall of Fame for some standardbred stuff over at Dead Track. But when he's with us, he's a quarter horse guy. And Brian Elmore owned this horse, and we're inducting Mr. American Flyer into the Hall of Fame this year. And we also have the pleasure of having Steve Gray here. Steve Gray was the trainer of the horse, and Steve Gray's father owned the horse. And I believe the first part of the career, and I'm going to let them explain how everything worked. I imagine they've met out in the hallway and agreed on which stories they're going to tell or not. See, Steve and Brian haven't seen each other for like 25 years, and I'll bet there's stories that Brian said, hey, you know, I kind of got a big deal going on here, and I don't want all these people to hear all that stuff. So if Brian's comfortable with it, I'd like to welcome Brian Elmore and Steve Gray to the stage and let them tell us some stories about Mr. American Flyer. Now, we'll pay you for information on this. How many stalls are we getting, Brian? How's that work?
You want to start?
No, you go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Wow. Hi, everybody. I haven't seen a lot of people here for a while, so a little rusty at this. And I'm sure you're used to speaking in front of everybody, but...
Do any of these people owe you money?
My father, this is emotional for me, is in a nursing home with Alzheimer's. This is important for me to get this for him. And this was a wonderful animal that I was privileged to train. Brian came into the picture at Riverside Downs, and my dad decided to sell the horse to Brian, and me and Brian then had a relationship that...
Brand, that's good.
I'll tell you, this horse was an unbelievable animal, and Tommy's right. In this day running would be unbelievable earnings behind this horse, and I just want to thank everybody for letting me come here, and also for my dad. And it was a great privilege to train for Brian also. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve. Steve Gray and another fella, Doc Carmichael, Jimmy Carmichael, took me on the greatest ride of my life. And this all started 30-some years ago, way back. And back then, I thought I might want to be a horse trainer. But there was so much I didn't know that I decided I'd just go to track management, because you don't have to know nothing to do that stuff.
He didn't have workman's comp.
No work off. But anyhow, this was a remarkable animal, and Steve, you're a great conditioner. You made this horse what it was, and it's quite a thrill that you came tonight. It caught me by total surprise, and of course we know we have the Jaguar Rocket Stakes, and two things about a Jaguar Rocket horse is most of them could run, and all of them were crazy. And this sucker was a runner. I'm telling you, he's a runner. And while we have Herb here with the thoroughbreds, and we have Jack here with standardbreds, Brand, can you get my tap for me? I've always been accused of favoring the quarter horse people, and I don't really know why. Just so you know, and we're all good. We're all a family here. Nice to break bread with you, but you know, I'm glad we got to put that. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you very much. This horse's actual race record, and I'm blind now, but he had 27 starts, 12 wins, 9 seconds, 3/3, made $47,000. He was a superior racehorse. He was AQHA regional champion. He won. He went down to Florida and just whipped their butts down there. And this was an Indiana sired horse. Went to Oklahoma and I won or placed in the Sparrow Stakes. I'm not sure how you say that. And like I say, he was Louisiana and I think Canterbury. He raced all over the country. And congratulations to them. And congratulations on what an Indiana bred sired horse can be.
Flying Badgerette was the name of the
Flying Badgerette is the mare's name.
What do you want?